You're listening to Shift, Human First Financial Guidance with Ross Marino.
Today, we are shifting the conversation with Amy Mullen from Money Quotient. Hello, Amy.
Hi.
Glad to have you on the show today and really looking forward to you speaking at Shift and just having Money Quotient be a part of Shift. You've got a great session lined up for the agenda. I figure I will just throw it out to you. What are you going to talk about?
Oh, I am really excited. This is actually something that I've been formulating for several years now from my observations of working with advisors and helping them to develop their client experience at their firms. And some of the things that I have been observing are the obstacles that they run into in evolving their practice more from a service-centered sort of approach to more of a human first, as you would call at your Shift conference. So there's a number of common obstacles that I have seen that advisors run into. And what became clear to me is that it seems as though there are some embedded belief systems that they have developed that have made it difficult for them to kind of evolve into this new or different type of approach. What also is interesting is I believe I have observed some belief systems or assumptions that are also ingrained in the profession, which actually totally makes sense. If you look at the history of how the profession has evolved, a lot of these assumptions and beliefs, they make quite a bit of sense. However, when they get deep into our subconscious, then we don't necessarily recognize how they might be holding us back from evolving and becoming more effective. So these are some of the things that I plan to be sharing, some of those observations as to what might be in the subconscious that are holding us back in really evolving and becoming more effective and efficient with our clients.
Well, I am one of those people that if I get a gift, I can barely hang on to it. I want to give it to the person immediately. I don't like to wait. I'm terrible with teasers. So you just said there's some things ingrained. I can't wait till March. Can you throw one out? What's one of the things that's holding me back as an advisor?
Sure. Well, I think there are a lot of advisors who really believe they are they have a client-centered approach, but they aren't necessarily recognizing how some parts of their business model are actually still really a part of the service-centered or product sales kind of approach, which would be what I would call a traditional business model. So they are not even recognizing that some of these practices or even fee structures that they have are restricting them in evolving with the way that they're working with their clients. So let me give you an example. One might be kind of from the product sales era. Two things, actually. There seems to be a real deep ingrained belief by advisors that their number one value that they can offer to clients is their technical expertise. And they also seem to believe, too, that clients are really seeking financial services and products. When the actual truth, when you actually survey clients and get their responses, some of the biggest value that they draw from their advisor is having them there and available to process transitions that they're going through in their lives and laying out the various options and the pros and cons and feeling as they have somebody there to help and support them and make decisions. So it's not necessarily the technical expertise, although that's crucially important to being a good financial planner. It's actually the relationship and helping them make decisions, help them reduce some of the anxiety they feel, and just understand all of the pros and cons of each transition on the horizon to choose from. So rather than actually looking for financial services and products like advisors might believe that they are, what's really at a deeper level for the client is looking for somebody who might help them reduce some of that anxiety or make more clear some of the foggy situations that they might be finding themselves in. So they may have a general idea of the various directions they might be able to go, but they're looking for some assistance, somebody to help collate information that helps bring clarity and helps them make decisions. So this is although it seems like it's not too far off, it is really a different type of mindset for the advisor. If you think that your client is coming in for products and services, then what are you going to lead off with? Here's all the products and services that I offer. But if you believe your client is coming in to really gain clarity and reduce anxiety and reduce those concerns, then your first approach is going to be more about asking them about what are those concerns? How are you feeling about things that are going on in your life? So that mindset shift can really change the way that the advisor communicates with their client.
I think it's challenging for advisors because when people will come to me as an advisor, it's usually for something that sounds like, or specifically is, a service or a product. They're retiring, they have a rollover, they inherited money, they have some financial situation that they're facing. It's often driven by, here's what I'm thinking. So that may almost trick me that my service is what I have to talk about immediately. And what I hear you saying is even though they may approach us like that, we still have to shift the conversation in order to connect with them and help them. Is that right?
I'm very glad you brought that up, because that goes into also the beliefs that we're feeding to clients. So if you imagine on the client's side, they don't fully understand what a financial planner does before working with them. And so they're going to make assumptions, right, about what they should be talking with you about, what questions they should be asking. And also like what they should have figured out before they go in to see a financial planner in the first place. So when they come to you, they're sharing or asking what they think they're supposed to be sharing and asking about. So this also can fool the advisor, like you said, but it can easily be resolved by the advisor doing a better job of helping to set expectations right from the beginning. So we talk quite a bit about that prospect communication that happens when we teach advisors at Money Quotient how to become more effective and efficient in their communication. There's a lot that can be done right at the prospect stage to really help those clients understand what it is that a financial planner can offer and the breadth of the topics that they can discuss right from the beginning.
So helping with that shift, I know Money Quotient has tools, they have resources. It's one thing to just suggest that I should ask them, what are they thinking? How are they feeling? So those are my standard questions. Those are great for open-ended questions. But if you're going to shift a conversation, there's a process. So would you mind sharing one of the processes that you use?
Sure. So one of the things that we offer at Money Quotient, the big part of what we offer is a research and evidence-based process that basically an advisor can guide a client through from the prospect stage through onboarding a new client, and even topics and areas to dive into, issues to dive into with their existing clients in year 2, 5, 10 in that long-term relationship. So I think it's very helpful to have specific frameworks and exercises that help to guide the client's thought process to have a deeper understanding of their own core values, a vision for what they're working towards that can boil down to very specific goals that they feel motivated to work towards. And when the advisor can really lean on a practical process that has all of the disciplinary lenses built into it, they don't have to rely so much on their own intuitive abilities or their communication skills in order to take the client to the right place. So what we have to offer can provide the advisor quite a bit of confidence that he or she can have a consistent client experience, and one that's going to lead to very specific outcomes that motivate the client to implement the financial plan and also lead them to adopting healthy financial behaviors and decision-making habits.
Well, I am looking forward to the session. I love when my mindset is challenged. My ears always perk up because I know that what's instinctive to me as an advisor most of the time, and that's probably being generous, I don't know, maybe it should be almost all the time, what pops into my head first is going to be the technical expertise. It's going to be service driven because I'm a classically trained financial planner. So that is a default thought process. And I'm okay with that, but I have to have some process in order to shift the conversation, because at least at this stage, I mean, I've been doing this, I guess, 34 years now. Eventually, I think I'm going to get pretty good at it. I'm still on my way because it's just not instinctive yet. I still need the prompts. I still need the tools. And I hope at the conference, you're going to be sharing some of those tools as well.
Absolutely. That's the tricky thing about belief systems, is that they're in our subconscious and we are not even recognizing how they're affecting the way that we communicate or the way that we've built our business models and experiences. So the challenging part is, how do you uncover your own belief systems to see how they might be limiting you? And there's several suggestions I'm going to give that help you bring up your own belief systems, examine and challenge them, and then see how you might evolve them.
Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Amy Mullen, thanks for being on the show. Look forward to seeing you at Shift.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to Shift with Ross Marino. Please visit humanfirst.live to learn more. This show is for general information purposes only and is not intended to provide recommendations or advice. Speak with a legal, tax, or financial advisor before making any decisions. Past performance references are historical and do not guarantee future